Have you ever really stopped to think about what you'd do if you had a heart attack while you were all by yourself? It's a genuinely terrifying thing to consider, and unfortunately, it's a lot more common than we usually realize. A lot of people just assume they'll have plenty of time to react, or that someone will be around to give them a hand. But the cold, hard truth is that those first few minutes are absolutely critical, and what you do or don't do can be the difference between living and dying. The good news is that even if you live alone or spend most of your time by yourself, you can still make it through a heart attack if you act quickly, think clearly, and know exactly what to do. In this video, we're going to go over 7 crucial actions that you absolutely have to take the moment a heart attack starts, and you're the only one there. These steps are simple, practical, and they could save your life. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need any fancy equipment. All you need is to be ready and stay as calm as you can. We'll break it all down. How to spot the earliest warning signs, what medicine to take right away, how to ease the strain on your heart, and even little things you can do that might buy you just enough time to get the help you desperately need. Stick with us until the end because the last few steps are often overlooked, but they might be the very ones that save you. Don't wait until it's too late to learn what your body is trying to tell you. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Knowing the earliest warning signs. The first, and most important, thing you need to do to survive a heart attack when you're alone is to know exactly what it feels like. And I'm not just talking about in your chest, but all over your body. Most people picture a really dramatic, crushing pain in their chest like you see in the movies. But the truth is, real heart attacks often start with much more subtle symptoms. And these early warning signs can be easily missed or ignored until it's tragically too late. What you should be looking for is a deep, uncomfortable pressure or a squeezing feeling right in the center of your chest. It might feel like something heavy is sitting right on you, or like your chest is slowly filling up with concrete. Could also come and go, making you think it's nothing serious. But if it lasts for more than a few minutes or keeps coming back, don't ignore it. Other early warning signs can include shortness of breath, even if you don't have any chest pain. You might feel like you just walked up a really steep hill, even if you're just sitting there. Some people feel pain in their arm, shoulder, neck, or jaw. Others might feel lightheaded, break out in a cold sweat, or feel sick and dizzy. And sometimes, especially for older folks or women, the pain might feel more like pressure in their back or stomach instead of anything in their chest. Let's look at an example. Richard, who's 74, was sitting at his kitchen table when he suddenly felt a strange tightness right under his collarbone, almost like heartburn. But then he realized he couldn't take a full, deep breath, and his hands started sweating like crazy. He remembered reading that not all heart attacks start with really bad pain. So instead of just ignoring it, he acted right away. That quick decision might have saved his life. Your body often whispers before it screams. And when it comes to heart attacks, those little whispers are your only real chance to do something before it's too late. If you wait for the classic, chest-grabbing drama you see in movies, you might already be too late. So, next time you feel like something is off, especially if it's pressure, shortness of breath, or really bad tiredness, stop what you're doing. Don't try to be tough and ignore it. Don't try to tell yourself it's just indigestion. Recognizing those early warning signs is your first and best shot at surviving. Take them seriously even if they seem small. Your life might depend on it. Number 2. Call emergency services immediately. As soon as you even think that a heart attack might be starting, the very next thing you have to do, without any hesitation at all, is call 911. Don't wait to see if it goes away on its own. Don't try to drive yourself to the hospital. And don't think you're overreacting. Calling emergency services is not only the fastest way to get help. It's also the best thing you can do to stay alive. A heart attack is not something you can just walk off or ignore. Every minute counts. The longer your heart isn't getting enough oxygen, the more damage it will do. But when you call 911, highly trained professionals are already getting ready and heading your way. They're bringing specialized equipment, powerful medications, and the ability to keep you alive, even if your heart stops on the way to the hospital. Also, if your symptoms get worse quickly, which they often do, you won't be able to help yourself. That's why trying to drive yourself to the hospital is one of the most dangerous things you can do. You could pass out behind the wheel, cause an accident, or take too long to get the help you need. Let the professionals come to you. Think about Linda, who's 78. She felt a strange ache in her left shoulder, then a wave of nausea and a cold sweat. She thought about calling her son, but then she remembered a nurse telling her, if you're alone and you think you might be having a heart attack, call 911 first. You can talk to your family later. She called right away. By the time the ambulance got there, her symptoms were way worse, but the emergency team was ready. They stabilized her right there. That one phone call saved her life. You don't have to be absolutely sure you're having a heart attack to call for help. The person who answers the phone won't be mad if it turns out to be nothing. They'd much rather send help you don't need than miss the chance to save your life when every second matters. Keep your phone where you can get to it easily, especially if you live alone. If you feel symptoms and can't talk clearly, use the emergency call feature on your phone. A lot of phones have a shortcut to call for help, even when the phone is locked. Learn where that is on your phone and how to use it. If you're still watching this video and finding it helpful, comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, I really suggest you do that now, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support helps us keep making helpful content to teach and inspire you. Now, let's go on to the next critical step. Number 3. Chew an aspirin slowly and calmly. After calling emergency services, the next best thing you can do is surprisingly simple. Chew an aspirin. Don't swallow it. Chew it really well. And do it slowly and carefully, even if your hands are shaking. If you have a regular 325 mg aspirin tablet, and you're not allergic or taking blood thinners that would make it unsafe, this one thing can really improve your chances of surviving a heart attack. Aspirin thins your blood, which helps prevent a blood clot from blocking one of your coronary arteries, which is what's causing the heart attack. By chewing it instead of swallowing it, the aspirin gets into your system faster. Studies show this can buy you important minutes, and maybe even enough time to get some blood flowing again before help arrives. It's usually not a great idea to take aspirin on an empty stomach, unless you have to. But in a heart attack, the risk of blood clotting is more important than that. Also, don't take coated or delayed-release aspirin. If that's all you have, chew it anyway. You want it to start working as soon as possible. Let me tell you about Joe, who's 72. One morning, he felt a tightness spreading from his chest up to his neck. He remembered he had aspirin in the kitchen. He chewed one while sitting down and waiting for the paramedics. Later, his doctor told him that this likely reduced the damage to his heart. That little pill, he said, kept things from getting worse. If you live alone, keep aspirin where you can easily get to it. Put some in your nightstand, kitchen drawer, or even your wallet or purse. Make sure it hasn't expired, and tell your loved ones where it is, in case they need to help you. This seems simple, but it's based on science and used by emergency responders everywhere. Chewing aspirin during a heart attack isn't just a helpful tip. It's a proven medical thing to do. And in those first few minutes, it can be the difference between walking out of the hospital or never making it there at all. Number 4. Sit or lie down to protect your heart. Once you've called for help and taken aspirin, the next thing is simple but really important. Stop moving right away. Sit or lie down in the safest and most comfortable place you can find. This is not the time to walk around, gather your stuff, or unlock doors, unless you absolutely have to. Moving around will only put more stress on your heart, which is already struggling. Ideally, sit with your back supported, your feet on the floor, and your arms relaxed. This helps reduce your heart's workload while you wait for the paramedics. If you feel faint, lie down on your side with your head a little higher. And don't try to push through the discomfort. That might work in other situations, but not here. It's normal to feel embarrassed about calling for help and then just sitting there. But doing nothing is actually doing something important. It lets your heart stabilize, slows your breathing, and keeps your body from using up its limited oxygen too fast. Take the story of Alice, who's 81. When she felt pressure across her chest, she wanted to clean up the kitchen before help arrived. But then she remembered her doctor saying, "If you think it might be your heart, sit down immediately. Everything else can wait." She sat in her favorite chair and waited calmly. That stillness, she learned later, likely stopped her symptoms from turning into cardiac arrest. So, if you feel those symptoms, pressure, shortness of breath, dizziness, don't finish what you're doing. Stop or move as little as possible to get to a safe place. Sit or lie still, breathe slowly, and let your body focus on surviving. And here's something simple. If you're in a chair without armrests, don't slump over. Keep your spine supported and your breathing as open as possible. The more relaxed you are, the less effort your heart needs to make. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, comment number 4 below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us create helpful content. Now, let's move on to the next step. Number 5. Unlocking your door for emergency responders. If you're able to, after calling for help, unlock your front door. It might seem like a small thing, but in an emergency, every second counts, and a locked door can delay treatment. Paramedics can break down the door if needed, but that takes time, damages your property, and could hurt you if you're nearby. Unlocking the door lets them walk right in and start helping right away. That could save precious minutes. If you live alone, especially in an apartment, think about this beforehand. Is your door easy to open from the inside? Is your address clearly visible from the street? Do you have a spare key someone can get in an emergency? These seem unimportant until they're suddenly critical. Consider Paul, 76, who lives in a condo. When his symptoms started, he called 911, chewed aspirin, and unlocked his door in under 2 minutes. The paramedics said this helped them reach him about 30 seconds faster and saved them from having to break down his door. It's the last thing I would have thought of, he said, but it might have gotten me help just in time. If walking to the door feels risky, don't do it. Sit and focus on breathing. But if you're close and feel steady enough, unlock it. Consider a smart lock with remote access or a medical lockbox for your key, especially if you live alone or have trouble moving. It's a small thing, but it shows the rescuers you're ready and have done your part. Number 6. Using your phone's speaker or medical ID features. If you're alone during a heart attack, your phone is more than just a phone. It's your lifeline. Use it by switching to speakerphone mode. This lets you talk hands-free, so you can focus on breathing and staying calm, without having to grip your phone. Even holding something to your ear can make it harder to breathe. Speakerphone reduces strain and lets the dispatcher hear you better if you get too weak to speak. They can also listen for signs of your condition like your breathing, movements, and tone. Also, almost every smartphone has an emergency medical ID feature. On iPhones, it's easy to access, even from the lock screen. Android phones have something similar. Your medical ID has vital information like your age, allergies, medications, and medical conditions. If you're unconscious when the paramedics arrive, this helps them make informed decisions about your care. Take Susan, 79, who passed out before help arrived. Because her phone had her medical ID, the paramedics knew she was diabetic and allergic to penicillin. This stopped them from giving her a medication that could have made her worse. And they quickly called her daughter, using the contact information on her phone. Setting this up takes less than 5 minutes and it lasts. Include your name, birth date, medical conditions, medications, allergies, and emergency contacts. This is for everyone who might need help when they can't speak for themselves. So, if you feel those signs of a heart attack, use speakerphone. Stay connected and trust the person on the line. Their calm voice and instructions can make the wait less scary. And if something happens before help arrives, your phone can still speak for you. If you're still finding this helpful, comment number 6 below. And subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us create helpful content. Now let's move on to the final step. Number 7. Slowing your breath to steady your heart. During a heart attack, it's easy to panic. Your chest is tight, your thoughts are racing, and everything feels intense. But you still have one powerful tool, your breath. Use it to calm your nervous system and give your heart a better chance of holding steady. Controlled breathing doesn't magically cure the heart attack. It helps prevent your body from going into shock while you wait for help. The more anxious you are, the faster your heart beats. But slowing your breath can lower that rhythm. You don't need any special techniques. Just try this. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for a moment. Then, exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat. Focus on that rhythm. It gives your body something steady to focus on, and it can prevent dangerous heart rhythms triggered by stress. Consider Frank, 83. When the pain hit, he felt terrified. But he remembered a breathing exercise his doctor taught him. He focused on each breath, stayed still, and let go of the panic. By the time the paramedics arrived, his heart was unstable, but not in cardiac arrest. I just kept thinking, stay calm, stay alive, he said. Practice this anytime, when you're resting, feeling anxious, or watching TV. The more familiar it feels, the more instinctively your body will use it when it matters most. Your breath won't fix blocked arteries, but it can buy time, keep oxygen flowing, and help your heart hold on longer. And sometimes, in those crucial moments before help arrives, that's all you need. Stay still. Stay alive. Final thoughts. Surviving a heart attack alone isn't just a matter of luck. It's about preparation, awareness, and calm action. These 7 steps seem simple individually, but together, they're incredibly powerful. Recognize the signs. Call for help. Take aspirin. Sit or lie down. Make it easier for help to reach you. Use your phone, and slow your breathing. Each one buys you time. Each one gives you control. And each one shows that even when you're alone, you're not powerless. Heart attacks can feel isolating, but these steps remind you that you're not helpless. You have tools, knowledge, and a plan. So, think about what stood out to you today. Was there a step you hadn't considered before, or one you see differently now? Think about how to use this information and share it with someone you care about. It might save your life or theirs. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and share one thing that you took away from today's discussion, and how do you envision applying it to your daily life? Your perspectives and understanding mean a great deal to us, so please feel comfortable expressing them openly. Seeing your comments really gives us a boost and keeps us going. If you found this video enjoyable, helpful, and packed with useful information, we'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends and family. Your support is what allows us to keep producing quality content that informs and inspires. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.